Here's a game. Here, let's say hello. So I made 11Q and my opponent is 12Q, so there's probably reverse coming. Let's look at that. Let's turn on the coordinates. Let's turn on the game info. Yeah, reverse coming. So let's take a 4-4 point. So I have to come up with 5.5 points in addition to what I have on the board to win this. So we'll start with dual 4-4s. He approaches and does a high back off rather than just a 2-space extension. So I have Sente. Let's approach his stone here. If I go high to try and counteract the effect of this stone, it attaches underneath. He'll make a low extension here, or should. Oh, he just branches out to the side. So I guess that means he wants me to have the corner. I don't really know this Joseki, so we are improvising. Should I kick this guy so that I am alive in the corner? Then what can I do here? Looks like this is kind of practiced. Looks like he's done this before. Can Hane here. If he Hane's back, the cut is an Atari on these stones. He comes out, I extend. But then he can Hane my stone. Well, I think it's Sente and it secures the corner. Because this cut is, yeah, so he protects there. So I could keep pushing. How about I play on top of this stone, though? He didn't extend up, which is a normal response to a kick, so just extending that way. If I play here, it's like I'm jumping into a pincer. Let's kick here. And then take an extension here. An enclosure, rather. Okay, so he's approaching my enclosed corner. Let's kick. Ah, yeah, he likes this, so I will Hane on top again. And then I'll take a 2-space extension on this side this time. Keep these stones kind of cramped. I don't have room for 2 eyes here. Oh, he's doing something clever here, huh? The attachment there. I think I want the top. I think I want the outside. So yeah, it looks like he's going to connect these stones to these. This isn't an eye over here, is it? Like if I play here and he fills in and I jump back, pull back or connect, then it's not an eye. I could extend. That gives him a chance to cut. Well, he can't cut right away, so I could extend once. He extends. Yeah, the Atari is not good because this he can Atari me back. I mean, the Hane is not good because he can Atari me and I connect and then take this stone. So extend, he extends, and I could connect or jump out. Let's think about this. If I play here and he cuts, I connect, he extends, Atari, he extends. If it's a ladder, it goes to him. I can keep Atariing down and build a big wall. That's good enough. I mean, it's not like these stones are going to die, are they? I mean, maybe 2 stones. Actually, no, I'll be connected here. These will be connected. Maybe these 2 stones will die. Okay, let's connect solidly then. And honey on top. So it looks like we want to build in this area. Let's cap over here. And honey. Okay, now let's cap on this side too. Let's see if this is, if he has any issue with this. Double honey. He cuts, I connect. He cuts here. I connect. Double honey, I think. Okay, so let's take the extension from the corner. I'm about ready to do something about his corner here. Well, first we'll take this territory on the side. Atari. He extends, then I Atari this stone. And then, yeah, where's that stone going? He's probably going to Atari me back, right? Rather than extend. There he goes. But I have a stone here now, and I can approach this corner. Let's extend once. Okay, let's jump into the corner here, see which way he's going with that. These stones, I'm treating them lightly. Aha, he does that. Okay, that's usually a mistake, because this cut will allow me to capture these 3 stones or take this stone. Yeah, I say usually a mistake because I'm not sure if it's a mistake in this case. He got some good stuff here surrounding these stones. So I have to jump out with these guys. Have to is a strong word. I would like to jump out with these guys. Maybe give them up, but get a presence in the center. So I ended up with 4 corners. Aha. Yeah, I think that's kind of forcing, right? He's going to want to connect there. Maybe not. Anyway, I'm going to jump out here and have a table shape here. Just live in the middle. He did connect there. And, you know, maybe he'll try and stop these 2 groups from connecting with each other, but it doesn't matter if they are separately alive, right? And, yeah, this is looking good. It's got the stone here to run to, stones over here. And then these 2 stones are looking in trouble, right? An attachment here kills them. So he responded. How about the honey here? But I think even better than that is this. And then jump out here. So let's cut that stone off and see where it runs to. Oh, it runs that way. Okay, can I Hane here? Or crosscut here. He tires me down or sideways. I just would like to get this one in Sente. So yeah, let's cut. So I was thinking I could connect up this way if he did that. If he did that, okay, so he's going to live like so. I kind of like this though. Let's make sure though that I stay connected here somehow. And then we just block him from coming into our territory too much. So I'm going to stop responding to him at this point. Let's play down here. He didn't defend his own areas. Okay, now this group is cut off and it doesn't have two eyes, so I'm not sure what the plan is. I go here, he extends on top, I cut, he can Atari me. Let's poke here. Okay, then play here. So there's no eye. He will try and disconnect me here, looks like. I will stay connected. Okay, does that do anything? He wants to Hane this stone. It doesn't do a whole lot, but I don't see why I should give that to him. This stone is useful in preventing these guys from running around. Okay, so we're going into endgame here. I'm going to drop down here. Set up a monkey jump. Yep, so he defends that. Gonna drop down here. Gonna drop down here. And then Hane underneath over here, right? Okay, so I lost Sente there. We have to make sure this group stays disconnected. I guess the last thing to do is to ensure that this group is all healthy. I don't want to give him an Atari there, so I'm going to extend. And he can maybe capture those two stones with the throw in. Well, he has to extend here and then throw in. And I will let him take them, I think. Yeah, it looks like he's not trying to kill me. It looks like he's just thinking of reducing me. Okay, let's connect here. There's the throw-in, but that doesn't kill those stones. It's just so they're all connected through here. I think extending up here is bigger than responding down here. Not sure. Sometimes responding on the bottom is the biggest thing. Okay, and we will finish these guys off. So this stone was captured. Extending here. He took that move just as I was looking at it. And I don't know if I need to take that, but now this group is cut off. I'm just being super safe and making sure I have two eyes. Okay, he wants to cut here. That's not a problem. Connect solidly here. The honey underneath is bigger probably. I will start doing them in a minute here. Let's make sure these guys are all connected up. Yeah, so he's got this Atari. Let's go ahead and connect solidly. Yeah, so I gave away some endgame there. But I think I'm winning anyway, just by virtue of having captured all these stones here. Okay, let's play that endgame now. Now that he gave it back to me, I will take it. Okay, and then here is not really Sente. Let's connect solidly here. And extend up here. So what's this? Hane here. Getting near the end. This is Gote. But I have a comfortable two eyes there. Oh, you know, maybe it was reverse Sente, they call it. It's not pure Gote, it's I get something out of it. Let's go ahead and take that point. What, is he going to Atari me at E19? I'll just connect. Won by resign. Okay, well, that's my first win at 11Q. It's a nice game. And see you guys next time. Bye now. Well, I finally made it back to 11Q on PandaNet. I was at 11Q before last summer, and then I went on a losing streak and got all the way down to 13Q plus. And then I have managed to work my way back up, and this was my first game since getting back to 11Q. So this was a reverse handicap game, so I had to win by more than 6 points on the board. My opponent had 5.5 points of reverse komi and the first move. So, but I set the evaluation for Katago as if it was normal komi. So we just look at how the game would, how it's evaluated just looking at if it were an even game. So it starts out even, and then the first mistake happens right around here with this Joseki. There's nothing wrong with just playing the normal Joseki, attaching here, Hane, that kind of thing. But clearly black is trying to build on the left side, and you have to figure out what to do here in this strange position. And the attachment here is kind of a logical move, and it was actually the top choice of Katago, so I'm proud that I found that one. It's just your opponent is saying he's more interested in the side than the corner, so you say, okay, I'll take the corner. And And then the follow-up move from black seems to be a mistake. At this point, I actually my advantage increases quite a bit. A normal continuation would be to Hane here, and then just make this shape, and then I can jump out. That would be fine. He's a little more solid here. I have less of the corner, and he has Sente. I played this last move here to take the extension, but he didn't want me to get that extension in. If you don't want that, you can play here right away, after which white would play in here, and then this turns into some complicated fight. At least this is the line according to Katago. The stone is kind of cut off here. You might get the whole corner here if black isn't careful. But anyway, he pushed up here, and like I said, this gives me a pretty big advantage. I just keep the corner, and then he wanted to pincer on the outside. I Hanate here. I made the tiger mouth. This move here was also a good move, just extending this way. Gotta go like that. Apparently it's not, this cut's not a thing yet. But I played this, and this was nearly as good, so no complaint. And then he did another funny move, this jump out here, the two-space jump. The normal move for black, of course, is to extend after the kick. So whenever you see this, Katago's top choice in this position, and he played it a couple times, so is a bad habit of my opponent here. The correct move is to just Hane on top immediately and just keep him low on this side. And that works in most board positions, so handy thing to know. I played that eventually, but I first, I first played this move, and then he blocked, I connected, and then he Hanate. Actually, Katago was saying he protected this cut. He shouldn't have protected the cut and should have come back and done the extension here to stop my next move, which is to go there. So once again, I've got a pretty big advantage at this point, and so I keep it. Let's roll on. Here's another move here. What's the option here? Oh, it's stronger for me. He's he did the same trick up here with the two-space jump instead of making an extension, and I did the curl around immediately this time, so this is good for me. And then he had this small group he has to make live, and so he tried to connect to a group under my stones over here. I should just play down here and keep the pressure on. I was worried about this cut, but I can curl around here and maybe get some mileage. These two stones here, although they're cutting stones, they're not connected to anything, and this group can run out, and this group is alive in the corner. So I don't really need to be worried about that cut, is apparently the lesson here. So, but I didn't calculate all that out. I protected the cut. So he kind of gets back into the game here. You see the evaluation is it's bouncing around here, which means I'm only a few points ahead. And so if, taking into account the reverse Komi, he would still be winning here. But he starts making some mistakes. This jump in here was the first one, I think, where I start to really get a big advantage. Yeah, Katago wants him to keep playing in this area, take away my ability to drop down here at b6 by playing at b6 himself. And yeah, this is a lot stronger. So this is a hot spot on the board that both of us were ignoring. I should have dropped down in many of those moves that we went back and forth, and he should have curled underneath. So just to show you what Katago thinks should happen here, thinks I should cross cut, which is an Atari on those two stones. He protects, and I cut this stone, and he could, of course, just take, but Katago plays like this. The Atari on the outside, I connect, and then Katago comes back and protects this corner. This is one of those crazy things, but I guess it made this group a little more stable to have a couple stones, created some aji here. But at any time I can take this stone, or he can take my stone. So, but it apparently was more important to grab after playing a few stones here and kind of settling this area, playing an extension for the corner there, a corner enclosure there was bigger. But instead he dived in, and this is where I start to get a pretty big advantage. Katago liked this crosscut here I played, but it thinks he didn't respond in the strongest way. So this actually gets pretty tricky here if he just extended, which is what the move I was expecting. I don't know if I would have played this right. I was probably going to follow up with a drop down, and then that might lead to disaster. I don't know. Katago says I should hane this stone. He should crosscut. I should take. He should hane or Atari my stone. I should Atari back, and he should take, and then I should extend out here. So he's got this lonely group of stones that I've cut off, but on the other hand, he can take this stone and just live here. I guess I can jump out on this side and live on this side and live in the corner, and this group is maybe in trouble. I don't know. There's this possibility of cutting this group off, similar to what happened in the game. Maybe that's the threat here. Anyway, it's a complicated scenario if he had chosen to fight in that fashion. Instead, he honeyed on the outside. I just took, and this is just good for me. It gives me a big corner. This stone, I can immediately cut an Atari here if he doesn't protect, and then I can approach his corner. So this just turned out well for me. Let's see here. He should respond with here it doesn't like my extension. It wants me to jump into the corner. I was thinking about that. I just wasn't sure what was better. Katago says the jump in the corner is better, and don't worry about that stone. It can run out later. It's not necessarily dead. So let's just continue along. I didn't want to look at every point, but because of the various mistakes of my opponent, my lead is up to around 20 points. And if we take into account the reverse komi, see, Katago is calculating this with a normal komi of 6.5 for me. This game actually had reverse komi of 5.5 for my opponent, so that's a difference of 12 points. So if the game, finished with me up by 20 points, that would actually just be an 8-point lead with the handicap. So it would still be kind of in bounds. If my lead is only 20 points, it's a game that my opponent can play on and hope to come back. He just has to catch up by about 8 points, which can easily happen in a game between Q players like us. Here, I didn't really comment out all the little moves here. Let's just go up to the next big point here. Right here, he needs to do something. Yeah, this is where he gets into trouble with this group on the side. You remember in the game I killed this group. And he can do it with this move. So this is actually the last chance Black had to save this group. He can put some pressure on my stones, and with best play here, my lead stays at about 20 points. Let's see, it says I should push. This was kind of interesting. I mean, I didn't realize these stones could get in trouble, but see, the cut here doesn't really work, but I can save myself in this fashion by turning on these stones. So watch this sequence here from Katago. So Katago protects this group, and these stones here are surrounded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones, and that would be a big territory if Black managed to get all of them. But Black doesn't get all of them because I throw in some stones here, and then I play this cut, and then he cuts underneath, and I take these stones, and now I've connected here. I've sacrificed these stones, but I've connected and saved all of these, and this maintains a 20-point lead. You could go here, and I just ignore that. I give up all these 3 stones basically, and take the big move down here, which both of us have still been ignoring. So I thought that was interesting. After this cut, if he goes on this side, I guess, yeah, these stones are in trouble. There's just 1 liberty, yeah, so they're an Atari. So they die. So that little trick there with these 2 stones thrown in for a sacrifice makes this cut effective, and then saves these stones, and that keeps my lead. Pretty interesting, I thought. Anyway, he didn't play that. What did he play at this point? He played here. Yeah, he was focused on reducing my area in the center, but well, I found this good move here. this move was just not enough of a threat. I can just ignore it, and so I can start going after his stones. And when I capture them, let's see, I had the best move here was the Hana underneath, and then I'm up by about 50 points. The way I played it, he had still some counter chances here, but well, I keep a big lead the rest of the game, basically. Let's see if I had any more comments here. I don't think so. Just wanted to show those quick turning points. So anyway, wish me luck in my goal to maintain 11Q on PandaNet, or maybe even improve it. And I will see you next time. Bye now.